Hezbollah has joined Iran in keeping northern Israel under fire, and the latest rocket barrage ended with an Israeli woman killed near Rosh Pina. Israel is facing near constant pressure in the north, with around 30 rockets fired toward the Rosh Pina area during the latest Hezbollah assault. Hezbollah also appears to be intensifying its campaign, with reports pointing to more than 50 military attacks in a single day.
Throughout the day, the firing from Iran and Lebanon continued as a result of a rocket barrage fired this evening toward the northern settlements. An Israeli civilian was murdered. This is a difficult event.
A woman was killed on March 24th in a Hezbollah rocket attack on the Galilee as fighting on Israel's northern front intensified. The Times of Israel reported that both Iran and its proxy Hezbollah bombarded northern Israel during the same period, combining rocket and missile pressure on the region. Sirens sounded across northern Israel after Hezbollah launched around 30 rockets toward the Rosh Pina area, according to Israeli reporting. During the barrage, 27-year-old Nuriel Dubin was critically wounded and later died of her injuries. Magen David Adom said medics declared her death at the scene, according to the Times of Israel. MDA medics said, and I quote, "We arrived at a difficult scene. In a ditch on the side of the road, we saw a woman unconscious with severe shrapnel injuries. We performed medical assessments, but she had no vital signs, and we were forced to pronounce her dead at the scene." Unquote. 2 other people who were likely hurt by shrapnel in the Hezbollah attack were treated by medics, the same report said. Separately, Iran fired a ballistic missile salvo that triggered alerts across northern Israel. At least 12 volleys were fired toward Israel, and 1 missile reportedly impacted in the city of Safat, according to the Times of Israel. Hezbollah also appears to be maintaining a high operational tempo, claiming 53 military offensives on March 24th as part of its ongoing campaign. The group said it targeted Israeli army positions as well as settlements in northern Israel. Hezbollah statement said, and I quote, "In defense of Lebanon and its people, the Islamic resistance issued 53 military communiqués on Tuesday, March 24th, 2026, detailing operations undertaken to counter the movements of the Israeli enemy along the Lebanese-Palestinian border. These operations also included targeting the positions, bases, and troop deployments of the Israeli enemy army, as well as its settlements in northern occupied Palestine. The Islamic resistance is committed to defending its land and people, particularly in light of the Israeli enemy's criminal transgressions across the borders. Its response has been directed specifically at military sites, unlike the enemy, which targets civilians. This constitutes the minimum necessary duty to rein in the enemy and prevent it from persisting in its dangerous objectives against Lebanon, as a state, a people, and a resistance." Unquote. Hezbollah also released details listing the locations where it said it had attacked Israeli targets. Sites targeted by Hezbollah are Al-Zuar neighborhood, Maroun al-Raz, Lyman Barracks, north of Nahariya, Magd al-Typhon radar, south of Marlot Tarshiha, Israeli artillery positions in Sosa, Fatima Gate on the Lebanese-Palestinian border, Ein HaKovshim, opposite Alma al-Shab, the newly established site at Nimr Jaml, opposite Alma al-Shab, southwest of Alma al-Shab, the newly established Blat site in South Lebanon, a house in Kuza border town, Al-Kamra Hill in Kuza, near the Alma al-Shab school, Camp 100, north of Ayelet HaShahar, Nahariya settlement, Raphael Military Industries Complex, north of the Kiryat area, Kiryat Shmona settlement, artillery position in Hagashrim, vicinity of Keem Detention Center, road of Kuza town, Baydar al-Fakani in Tabor, Adadhara site, Jabal Adir Mount Adir, air defense system in Marlot Tarshiha, Ara Hill, south of Yaroun. East of the border city of Keem, Israeli military infrastructure in Carmel, Tabor project area, Masood Hill in Tabor, Israeli artillery position in Dishon, Nakura border town, Misgav Am site, Ramot Naftali Barracks. Iron Dome platforms in Metula, Iron Dome platforms in Misgav Am, Iron Dome platforms at the artillery position in Zawara, Israeli military infrastructure in Katzrin, occupied Syrian Golan, Kalat al-Mahafi in the outskirts of Edessa, Rab Thalathin. Meanwhile, the IDF has argued that Iranian attacks are rapidly decreasing as the war moves deeper into its 4th week. The Israeli military also said troops had been granted freedom of action to continue eliminating Hezbollah targets as operations in Lebanon expand.
Throughout the day, the firing from Iran and Lebanon continued as a result of a rocket barrage fired this evening toward the northern settlements. An Israeli civilian was murdered. This is a difficult event. I want to share my condolences from here with her family. Our hearts are with them in these hours. Over the past 24 hours, we completed several waves of strikes across Iran. We struck the regime's headquarters, launch sites, and missile production sites. We are hitting the entire chain of the missile array, from the production factories to the launches and the missiles. I want to briefly explain the missile fire from Iran. The Iranians plan to fire hundreds of missiles at Israel already on the first day of the operation. They fired less than 100 on the first day and half that amount on the second day. We anticipated these intentions and we continue to disrupt them. The amount of launches decreased very quickly. The average is more or less about 10 missiles a day. The regime tries to concentrate effort once every few days and fire more broadly, mainly towards population centers. We are prepared for this and continue to hunt and eliminate the soldiers and commanders of the missile launch array. They are being hunted and are forced to operate in tents and from vehicles. It can now be said that yesterday we eliminated the cell that was responsible for the firing on Arad on Saturday night. We will continue to hunt them, both the launches and the cells. In Lebanon as well, the IDF operates with freedom of action and continues to strike Hezbollah and deepen the damage to it. We continue to reinforce and strengthen the ground activity. We have reinforced the Northern Command with additional forces that will join the fighting in the coming days. At the same time, we attacked and destroyed additional Hezbollah headquarters. Tonight, we attacked the Radwan force. We attacked a headquarters located inside the radio station. We attacked it while the terrorists were inside it. The Chief of Staff defined the Litani line as a northern security line. The IDF operates in this area with full freedom of action and deepens the maneuver whose purpose is to prevent direct fire on the settlements. The IDF will continue to strike Hezbollah to protect the northern settlements and to bring about the disarmament of Hezbollah. I want to tell everyone watching right now at home, responsible conduct and strict adherence to the guidelines at this time are critical to saving your lives. We have excellent defense systems, but the defense is not airtight. The frequent entry into the protected areas and staying in them is difficult. It is hard for families. It is hard for adults and children. We are aware of this, but it is the best way to protect your lives. We are determined to continue acting. This is a necessary campaign to ensure our future. I will continue to be here and update you on any development. Questions?
Channel 12 News question. Does the IDF consider the removal of 450 kilograms of enriched uranium from Iran a non-negotiable condition in any agreement with the Iranians?
Well, we are constantly working to remove existential threats. Even at these moments, the Air Force is operating to remove, damage and deepen the damage to all components of the Iranian regime, including weapons of mass destruction. The IDF will not allow weapons of mass destruction in the hands of Iran. To this end, we launched an operation in June, and we are deepening the damage across the entire value chain of the regime, even now, including in the nuclear realm from production to all other capabilities. Regarding any such agreement, we are currently operating according to plan without any change. I cannot address an agreement here, and we will express the IDF's position in the relevant places, but we are acting and will continue to act. We are acting even now to deepen the damage and remove existential threats.
Channel 24 question. In light of the contacts for an agreement, will we see an increase in the scope of IDF strikes in Iran in order to exhaust the objectives?
We are striking, as I said earlier, both in Iran and in Lebanon. There is an opportunity here in Lebanon to fundamentally change the situation. Forces were also brought to the front to distance the direct fire from the communities. We are deepening the maneuver in southern Lebanon to push back the direct fire from our communities, and we are operating all over Lebanon to strike Hezbollah and bring about Hezbollah's disarmament at the end of the process.
JDN News question. Is the possibility of easing the Home Front Command's instructions again being considered in light of the discourse on ending the campaign against Iran, and will stopping the strikes in Iran necessarily affect the Lebanese arena?
There are two parts to this question here. The first part, We are constantly conducting situational assessments. The Home Front Command conducts situational assessments. We want to make things easier for residents in various parts of the country, but we will not risk the safety of the residents. We take the operational situation into account, conduct situational assessments, and will update the public accordingly. This could change. Regarding the second part of the question, could you repeat it?
Will stopping the strikes in Iran necessarily affect the Lebanese arena?
We will continue to strike in Lebanon. As I said before, we have clear objectives. We have a clear plan. We will deepen our forces in Lebanon. We will continue with it. Deepen our hold in southern Lebanon. Deepen the defense and the maneuvering in southern Lebanon. And strike throughout Lebanon. And we will continue to strike them until we bring about the disarmament of Hezbollah. Thank you very much.